Sure, you're successful, but have you really maximized your potential of success? And what brought you here to a successful place in the past, will that make you successful in the future? That's what we are going to discover in today's story. Welcome to Thank God It's a Story Saturday, a weekly video series where I share stories with you that you can use to make your messages connect. We are doing Saturday Stories series from a beautiful constrained book. So today's story is a story told by the author of this book when he says that we were conducting a session for people who had car dealerships. So they were all owners of the car dealerships or general managers of the car dealerships. And this particular session was being done at the Four Seasons Hotel. What they were doing in this session was to coming together and learning from other luxury brands such as the Four Seasons about being more successful. Now, mind you, these people who were there, they are like shrewd businessmen, very, very successful. They drive the best cars, they own the best technology, they have it all. At one part of the session, they had designed a tour for them through the Four Seasons hotels, where these participants will go and see all the departments. So front house, the gardening, the room service. And at one point, they arrived at the laundry. Now, if any one of you has ever been to the laundry of a hotel, you would know it's not a place of inspiration, but a lot of perspiration because it is hot, it's humid, there's stink of this damp linen all around, and really there is no natural light. But the 20 minutes that they spent on the tour here would change a lot of what happens next. So they enter the laundry and a young man who works in the laundry stands up on the chair and starts talking about the experience of working in the laundry of the Four Seasons. He is so enthusiastic and so filled with energy that it almost feels like he's doing the best job in the world. The tour finishes, everyone goes upstairs to discuss what did they learn in the tour. The very first question was this from one of the participants. He says that, the people who get looked after, get the best, attire, the best money are really people at the front of the house. The people who are on the show floor in the car dealership business are salespeople. But my back-end people who are doing car servicing, washing, valeting, and all that sort of stuff, I don't see them having anywhere near the enthusiasm that this laundry guy had. How can we make our back-end people be as enthusiastic about the business as that guy was? Now, at this point, the guy who heads the laundry department at the Four Seasons by the name of Bob steps forward and he says, "Back end, that's what you said." And then he turns back, points towards his back, and he says, "That is what a back end is." Here we call these people the heart of the house. How you call them and what you call them changes a lot about how you interact with them and how they feel about being a part of the business. When we call them heart of the house, we know their names, we know their children's name, we know when their birthdays are. At least twice in a day, we will go and interact with them and ask them ways to make the experience better for the hotel staff and what can laundry services do to make the experience of the hotel customer better. Then he turns around and asks our dealer ownership person, "How many times do you meet your back-end people?" And the car dealer owner says that maybe once or twice. He says, "There you go. That's because they are back-end for you. They're not heart of the house for you." Now, what is the point of this story? The point of the story is, of course, what you call them matters, but there's something even more important. The more important part of the story is this, that a lot of the times, the way we work is so set in our legacies and traditions and how it's always been done. Back end is back end. That's how everyone calls it, so nobody questions it. And a lot of the ways that this car dealer ownership person deals with the people on the floor is set based on how he has done things to become successful and gotten to a certain place. But if you were to look at the data as to what makes a dealership successful, the car ownership experience is way more impactful in terms of success than the car buying experience. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is I have bought the car, now I bring it back for servicing, I bring it back for some repair, or I bring it back for washing. That period, the service that you provide at that period, determines whether people return to the dealership or not, way more than just the buying. And who provides that service? People who we traditionally call back end. Now, that's the point that I want to make, that data shows that that's way more important. And that is the insight that this car dealership owner has to now leverage to be more successful in the future. But that would require this car dealership owner to break the path of dependence. This is the way it has been, this is the way it will remain. No, question everything. Why it is the way it is, because what made us successful in the past may be partially just our success, and what can make us successful in the future may be either completely something different or something that really unearths the full potential of our success. Stay storied. I'll see you here next Saturday with another story.